Hi, sorry about the light on the table now. I'm by my patio doors to try to get some natural light, but it's obviously not working very well, and I just had to shut the doors to stop these cars from flying all over the place. So if you're watching this, it's probably because I've sent you a set of templates for these dot pattern cards. So the first, the 1 to 6 are just numbers, the dot patterns as you see on normal dice. And then we want the children to start recognising these specific dot patterns for 7, 8, 9 and 10. And the things you want to talk about when we're playing games with these patterns are that a 7 is made up of a 4 and a 3. An 8 is made up of 2 lots of 4, and introduce the word double, so this is double 4. A 9, we add 1 more, so we end up with a 5 and a 4. And for a 10, we've got double 5, so twice the dot pattern for 5. And so for this game, you need one set of these extra large cards, and probably play it between 2 of you. So you shuffle the cards and you deal either 5 out each, or depending on how long a game you want, maybe 3 cards each. And so for the purpose of this, I'm just going to show you one person's side. So suppose these are my 3 cards. Let me choose sensible ones so that you can see what's going on. Let's suppose I had these are the 3 cards. So the aim is to cover with counters or pennies or something, all the dots on all your cards before the other person. And all we do is roll a die. So on your turn, you get to roll a die. And I've got a 4. So the rule is that I can cover any of the dot patterns for 4. So the dot pattern for 4 is 4 counters in a square. So I've got a choice here. I could cover this 4. I could cover this 4. I could cover this 4 that surrounds the 5. Or if I wanted, I could cover this 4 in the middle. Okay, so you've got to try to spot where there are patterns of 4 within the cards you've got. So let's just say I'm going to cover this one. If I didn't have a 4 pattern on my cards, I just won't be able to do anything on my turn. Oh, I've got another 4. So I'm going to go and do that one. So then the other person would have their go. My go again. Oh gosh, another 4. This isn't demonstrating very well, is it? So there's another 4. And now this time I've got a 1. Oh, so I tell you what I do. I'm going to use that one. So I could cover any dot for 1 because the pattern for 1 is just 1 circle. Now I've got a 2. Now I haven't got a 2, but I could cover 2 of these, because 2 is just 2 in a straight line, or I could cover 2 of those. So I'm going to cover 2 of those. So it doesn't matter. I've covered 2 in a straight line. I've got another 2, so I'm going to cover 2 over here. So I could cover them like that. They're still 2 in a straight line. I've got a 6. I can't go. So the only way now I can finish these cards is to roll 2 1s, okay? So you get the idea. So let's just have a look at what we can and can't do. So I mentioned, so let's look at what we could cover. Let's look at the 7 card. We could obviously cover a 4. We could cover a 3. We could do a 1 because we can just cover any 1. We've got lots of patterns where we've got 2 in a straight line we could cover. 3 is just 3 in a straight line. It doesn't matter what orientation it's in. So if I got a 3 here, I could cover that 3. That's the only 3 I could cover, the only 3 in a straight line. We've done 4. If I'd rolled 5, I couldn't do anything on that card. And I couldn't do anything with a 6. If I had this card and I rolled a 6, I've got choices. I could cover those 3 and those 3. Or I could cover these 3 and those 3. That makes up my 6 pattern. And so all the time you're playing this game, you could be talking. So suppose your child has this, or you had this card and you cover 3. You could say, I'm going to cover 3 on my 7 card. That leaves me with 4 to go because 4 and 3 is 7. Or 7, take away 3, 7, cover up 3, leaves me with 4. So all the time you're playing any of these games, be talking about the numbers you're using and encourage your kids to do the same. You could get your children to play this solo. So they could choose so many cards and just roll the die and see their strategy for covering up. And lets them cover all of their dot cards without having to miss a turn. So as soon as they can't go, that's their turn over. And you could maybe count up how many dots they haven't done. So let's just have a very little go at that. So suppose they've got 3 cards. Let's have these 3 cards, and this is what they've got, and they're trying to cover them all up. I've got 5. I can't go. So my score for this game I'd add up all the dots. So I'd have 3, 4 and 6 is 10. So let's have another go. 6, right, so I could cover all those 6, brilliant. I've covered one card. Oh, and then I've lost my die. I'll tell you what it is. Oh, it's a 2, brilliant. So I can cover 2, roll again, got a 1, fabulous. Roll again, and I've got a 3. I can't go, so my score for this round would be a 1. And then you could see with the same set of cards, what's the lowest score they could get, or can they cover them all? Could they play with all 10 cards and keep going and manage to cover them all till until they get a go where they can't? So you can just invent rules and cut yourself out a set of these big dot cards and see what other games you can think to play with them.